Hello and welcome to Top Tier Magic, your source for the top decks, the top players, and the top Magic strategies. Episode 5, Living in Modern Times. Top Tier Magic is brought to you by PureMTGO.com and MTGOTraders.com. Check out my column on Fridays at these sites. In its beginning stages, Top Tier Magic is open to all reputable sites like these for hosting. We've got a short show for you today, as I've got a lot of stuff going on in my life right now. But today we're going to cover Grand Prix Pittsburgh, Modern on MTGO, Innistrad spoilers, and the question of the week. So this Sunday, Grand Prix Pittsburgh concluded with Yuya Watanabe winning his second Grand Prix in a row. This guy is on fire in the Grand Prix circuit, and the top 8 was very interesting. It's apparently a mix of all the other top 8s we've seen in the past few weeks. Caw-Blade's there with 3 copies in the top 8. There's also a strong appearance by Mono Red and various other decks as well. So we're seeing the metagame starting to fracture, as there's certainly a diverse field at the moment. So this week's deck spotlight is by Yuya, his winning deck list of Caw-Blade, and here we're seeing why Caw-Blade is so good in the metagame. There's so many different ways you can run it. Yuya's list is focusing on the combinations of Blade Splicer, Phantasmal Image, and Sun Titan over Consecrated Sphinx. He's being a lot more aggressive with this deck. He's still got the Merry Angels and the swords. In fact, he's got 3 swords as opposed to 2 that most used to run. So he's getting a little more aggressive in this deck, going down to 26 lands. You don't need to hit your Atlanta for your 2 Consecrated Sphinx as much as you used to in the past. But you're getting a little more aggressive here. The Blade Splicers are very aggressive. Phantasmal Image copies Blade Splicer as well as copying Squadron Hawks. And the interaction by copying Blade Splicer is just fantastic. You really don't care about the 1/1 if they want to target it. And this deck is doing very well right now. Just got to make sure you look out for different types of Caw-Blade. Some of them are running Mirran Crusader, some are running Hero Bladehold still. There's so many different options, and we can't even call these all Caw-Blade, except that they're loosely affiliated by Sword of Feast and Famine and Squadron Hawk. Otherwise, this deck is doing great right now. Take a look at it, but there's also a ton of other decks in the format, so take a look at those as well. Modern is in full swing on MTGO with classics like Cloudpost, Elves, Splinter Twin Combo, and Affinity. There's certainly a lot of options out there. If you check out my last article on Pure MTGO, you'll see me birding a Modern daily. So this will be an interesting Pro Tour. I'm definitely looking forward to the results, and we will cover those next time on Top Tier Magic. So far, the biggest news of the week are the spoilers coming out of Innistrad. The spoiler season has officially started. It started with PAX previews, and we have a lot of interesting things here. First, the return of Flashback. We also have a new Liliana, and she's looking great here. A Diabolic Edict on her -2 ability means the rest of her abilities are just gravy. I definitely expect to see her on tournament tables. We also have Woodland Cemetery. It's one of the new 5 enemy-colored dual lands coming out. That will be fantastic for sure. Diregraph Ghoul is a 2/2 for 1 black. This guy is pretty amazing. I would be surprised if he didn't see a lot of play. And Ghost Quarter is being reprinted. That card is amazing as well. The big news in the spoilers, however, was not the Planeswalkers, although this big news will include a Planeswalker. The big news is dual-faced cards. As you see, we have 2 examples here from Innistrad. One of them, the Mayor of Avabruck, will be the release or pre-release promo. I'm not sure which one. But the fact is that these cards have no back. They have their own set of rules applying to them in terms of drafting, in terms of how you put them in your deck if you don't have sleeves or if you do have sleeves. So there's certainly a lot of debate going on there about these cards. Just wanted to point out that these are both werewolves and they have ways to transform themselves. The other one I wanted to point out is the fact that they have a new ability called Fight, which has 2 creatures dealing damage to each other equal to their power. I've often thought this would be a great ability for green to get some removal. I imagine there may be a green creature with Into the Battle Fight target creature, and that would be certainly a great way to get green some removal. As exciting as the announcement of dual-sided cards was, there are a lot of people against them in the Magic community. due to the fact that they may cause problems for changing cards in and out or cause problems in draft by signaling. Personally, as an MTGO player, I don't mind the dual-sided cards. In fact, they sound pretty awesome to me, but I'd like to know your opinion. Well, let's wrap this puppy up. As always, I'm looking forward to improve this show for you, the viewer, so feedback is needed. Hit that like or dislike button and ship me a comment. Make sure to catch my articles Fridays on Pure MTGO, and I will see you next week.